This is the number one way to make a woman want you, and it's going to completely change your life. Right? This makes a woman want you as soon as you meet her, when you're on a date with her, when you're in a dating relationship, and when you're deep into a long-term relationship or marriage. The same principle applies. And to help you understand how it works, imagine that you sat down to play a video game. Right? So you had the controller in your hand, it's loading up, and then it says, "Congratulations, you've won." And the credits start to roll. You're probably going to be thinking, well, that was a crappy game. What's going on there? And imagine that you went onto Netflix, for example, and you watched a trailer for a TV show or movie, and they gave away the plot completely. And you knew that there was nothing to really see there because you understood exactly how it was going to play out. There weren't going to be any twists and turns. In most cases, you're probably going to be less interested in watching that TV show or movie, right? Because there's just nothing there that is really going to capture your attention and make you want to continue watching it. And that leads me to what I'm going to teach you about in this video. And it's what I call the pleasure of participation. And this is something that is deeply rooted in human psychology. It's not a case of only women need to feel the need to participate. Instead, men also feel the same way. And I'll explain that as we go through the video. So another example, just to help you understand, is something like watching sports, right? So when you watch sports, you're a spectator, but there's still something for you to participate in. For example, when you're watching the team play the sport, you can participate and cheer them on if you're there at the game. You can cheer them on if you're watching it on TV. And you can also be saying, pass it to that guy, do this and do that, or why aren't they doing that? There's something for you to participate in, which makes it more enjoyable. There's something for you to get involved in. And it's not a case of they start the sports game and the two teams meet each other and they say, okay, team B has won, congratulations, and that's it. And then it's game over. No one's going to be watching a game like that. There's nothing for the spectator to participate in, to follow along with, to enjoy. So what humans want is something to participate in. They want to get involved and enjoy something rather than just having something handed to them. Now, if, for example, the way that it worked with men and women is that you could just walk up to a woman and she would say, "Oh, hi, yeah, I'll have sex with you," then that would be great for us men. Be like, "Oh, cool." Just walk up to that woman and she says, "Oh, hi, you want to have sex? Okay." And she takes her clothes off and you have sex with her. Fantastic. Yet, what would happen if women behaved like that and they didn't cause men to feel the need to participate to then get to that result and enjoy it together, right? It would most likely result in a case where a man would have sex with a woman and he wouldn't feel like he would need to stay with her because he could just go and talk to another woman now and another woman and have sex with her. "Oh, I like that one. She's nice blonde there. Oh, look at that brunette. Nice butt, nice boobs." Right? "Oh, look at her face. Oh, look at her legs. Yeah, I'll do her." And he would walk up to the women and they would just say, "Oh, hi, yeah, you want to have sex?" And it's just all done. And in most cases, the guy then is not going to feel the need to get into a relationship with the woman, which is what women really want. They want the relationship. They want to build a future together with a man. Right? They are hardwired to secure that because they are the ones who get pregnant. And that now leads me to the point that I want to make in this video that will completely change your life with women and make them want you as soon as you meet them and then continue to want you. And that is, allow her to enjoy the pleasure of participation. And by the way, later in the video, I'll give you an example of what to say to make that happen. For now, I'll explain where guys go wrong with this and don't allow a woman to enjoy the pleasure of participation and therefore she's just not interested in them. So for example, when most guys meet women, they essentially have "game over" written on their forehead, right? And that will come across in the guy's body language and then it will come across in what he's saying. And it reminds me of a time when I used to take guys out to approach and meet women. And there was one particular client who I said to him, "You have a deer in the headlights look when you walk up to women," meaning that he would walk up and have that sort of look on his face. And that was a really obvious game over look for the women of like, and he's essentially saying, "Do I get the result? Do you like me? Like, am I going to get the result here? Do I win the game?" sort of thing. And he had that sort of look on his face. And I told him, you need to get rid of that look because you're communicating to the women that you're afraid of them, that you're intimidated, and that you're hoping that they're just going to select you now because you've come over and you've, started level 1 of the game, right? You're hoping that it's just basically hold the controller, click, "Oh, congratulations, you've won the game, credits roll." And that doesn't mean that you can't get a result with a woman quickly, right? For example, if you don't know, I run the Master Attraction community, and that's where guys are learning my attraction techniques. And guys who have never picked up a woman in their life go out and use the techniques and have sex with a woman on the first night that they meet her. Other guys start kissing a woman within minutes, right? And this is something that you can do if you're making her feel attracted by displaying the sort of traits that make women feel attracted, that trigger natural attraction, and you're giving her the pleasure of participation, where she wants to participate. There's something for her to do. It's not a case of game over, where it's a case of you meet her and it's just, she can get the sense from you that you're 100% sold on her, she doesn't need to do anything, and you're just hoping to get a result now. And for her, it's basically like holding the controller, playing the game, and it says, congratulations, you've won. And the credits roll. And she's been experiencing that ever since she became a woman. Even back when she was a girl at school, boys would come up to her and talk to her, and they would be smitten. They would be totally in love with her. They'd have a crush on her, to use the word that high schoolers use, oh, my crush, and so forth. Right? They have a crush on her and they want her and they hope that they can get a result with her. She's been getting that reaction ever since she became a woman. It's the same thing every time. And as I said, it's not a case of, oh, hey, you've got to play mind games with women and it's all just one big, complicated game and you've got to really put in a lot of effort. Instead, no, you just need to give her the pleasure of participation. She needs to feel like, oh, right, I actually have to do something here, rather than game over written on your forehead of, you're just totally into her and she knows what it looks like. She also knows what it looks like when a guy is showing some interest in her, but it's not game over yet. And she knows what it looks like when a guy isn't interested in her at all. Likewise, you also know what it looks like when a woman isn't interested in you at all, or she is definitely sold on you. It's game over with the particular woman. You can see that she's totally into you. And you also know what it looks like when a woman is showing some interest, but it's not game over yet. So it's not a case of the way to get women and the way to make women want you is to put on a fake act of not liking women, not being interested, and, just playing mind games with her. Instead, just understand that this is fundamental human psychology. It's something that applies to you and to women. So, for example, if you picked up a book and the book said on the cover, the book with no words, and you opened it up and there were just blank pages in there, what are you going to think? Most people are going to think, well, okay, fair enough, put that down. There's nothing else to it. Right? Or they might have a bit of a chuckle and say, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Or if you picked up another book and the title seemed interesting, but you opened it up and it said, the end. And it's like, okay, well, there's nothing for you to do there. Okay, put that down. There's nothing really enjoyable there. There's nothing that you want to really get involved in. And the same thing applies with when you meet a woman and when she meets you. She wants to be able to feel like there's something for her to participate in, that she's going to have to do something. And that can mean that she's going to have to turn on her charm. She's going to have to flirt with you. She's going to have to show more obvious interest. She's going to have to show that she's loving and warm, and she's going to have to bring that side of her out in order to make more progress with you. And it's important to point out that it doesn't mean that, hey, well, if that works, right, in human psychology, and women want to feel like they need to participate, then I know what I'll do. I'll make it really difficult for her to get a result with me. I'll play really hard to get, right? I'll act like I'm really hard to get. No. It's the same if you play a game, right? Some people have the time to play a game on hardcore mode where it's extremely difficult. But most people, when they play a video game, they want to play on normal mode, or other people who are busy and have lots going on in their life, they want to play on an easier mode so they can just enjoy the game and go through it. And for most people, if a game is way too difficult, they're like, oh, screw this. This is just too difficult. And they're not interested in playing it. And it's the same if you meet a woman and she's just so hard to get, so difficult, right? She's just being impossible to get with. That will put a lot of guys off. Now, if a guy is desperate, or if he really likes the girl and he's fallen in love with her and she is his crush, then he may continue to pursue. Or if he's afraid to talk to other women and he's just holding on to that opportunity because he feels like he might be able to get a result with her, then he may continue to pursue her. But other men, if they come across a woman like that, they're just going to be like, okay, well, I'll just talk to another woman. So it's not a case of talking to a woman and acting, putting on a fake act of being Mr. Hard to Get, or if you're not even interested in her. And heck, you're not interested in women or anything. You're just doing your own thing, like you couldn't give a crap about anything. That's not enjoyable, right? She wants to feel like there's a spark between you and her, there's something unfolding, but she needs to feel like she is making some progress with you. But if you really want to make it an enjoyable experience for her, then she should feel like she still needs to participate to get that result. But that doesn't mean that, oh, right, what I need to do is start talking to a woman and let her see that I'm not fully sold on her, and then she's just going to jump on me. All right? And then she's going to, just start kissing me, or she's going to say, give me your number. I want to be with you, and so forth. It doesn't work like that. Instead, you will have the woman coming at you energetically, and she'll be showing interest, and she'll be switched on and be like, oh, right, this is something that she can participate in, which is enjoyable. It's fundamental human psychology. But at the end of the day, she's a woman, and in almost all cases, she still wants to see that you have the confidence to make a move and that you're interested in her enough to make a move, because most women know that men will have sex with a woman if she just says yes, right? For most men, they don't need anything from a woman other to comply. Just say yes, right? He starts talking to her and he just wants her to say yes. Like, let's just go home, right? Let's just start kissing. Let's just exchange numbers. Let's just start dating. Let's get into a relationship. Just say yes. That's all he needs from her. So women know that if they say yes to a man, they can instantly get sex. It's very easy for women. And if they make it obvious that they want to have sex with a man, most men will have sex with them. But many men will actually get weirded out by it, right? If you've ever been approached by a woman, right? I had a guy comment at one point saying that he was approached by a woman in the gym, if I remember correctly, and he felt like it was some sort of prank. Like, what is this woman up to here? Is she trying to, like, rob me or something? Is she going to prank me? Is this some sort of trick? Because she was showing a lot of interest in him. And it's unusual for women to do that, right? Sometimes a woman will definitely walk over and approach a guy, and that's when she's feeling very attracted and she just feels like she wants to come over and talk to you. And for example, a member of my community was out and he was dancing on the dance floor and there were people around him cheering him on, and then after a woman came over and started talking to him and he started kissing her. So it can happen in cases like that. But another member didn't do anything special at all other than interact with a girl and display the attractive traits that I teach. And she then ended up coming over and talking to him. And it was based on a particular look that he gave her. It's a look that 99% of guys are unwilling to give a woman. It's a facial expression. But once you do it, it creates such a strong attraction in the woman that you will sometimes see women feel shy and blush and be looking at you and so forth because of the attraction that they're feeling. And another member, I'll just show this on the screen here, he has also been experiencing that. And that particular member now has a girlfriend, and something that he did, which is what I'm talking about in this video, is that he caused the woman to want to participate. She was enjoying participating, but he was still the one to move things forward. He was still the one to contact her and arrange to catch up. And he ended up staying the night at her place. And now they're in that experience together that's unfolding. And as long as he continues to make her feel the need to participate, then he's good, right? It's sort of like when guys are in a long-term relationship or marriage, if they look out there or if they ask random people for advice of what to do if the spark dies, what will they usually be told? Oh, well, if the spark dies in a relationship, then you got to do the dishes, do more chores around the house, or make sure you go into the gym. Make sure you look your best, right? Make sure you look the way you did when you first met her. Make sure that you listen more, right? Make sure you do all these things to hopefully be good enough for her. But when a woman gets a sense that a man is doing that to hopefully get laid, she then feels pressured into having sex. She feels like it's an obligation now. And she also feels turned off by his desperation, by his insecurity. Because the reality is that you can make women feel attracted to you in the moment. Attraction happens in the moment. It constantly happens based on how you're interacting with the woman. Attraction is a reaction to attractive traits. So, for example, if a man is interacting with his woman in a relationship and he's displaying insecurity and self-doubt, women aren't attracted to that. It's not a thing that is attractive to women, so the woman automatically doesn't feel attracted to him. But if the same man was confident and self-assured as he interacted with her, then she would feel attracted to him. And what I just said there is that when he's interacting with her, I didn't just say that he's confident and self-assured in general. A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that if I'm just a confident, self-assured guy in general, then women are going to feel attracted to me and therefore they're going to want me sexually and they're going to potentially make moves on me. But the way that it works is that a woman will definitely see the guy as being attractive if he's confident and self-assured, but he needs to be confident and self-assured when he's interacting with her, right? Face to face with her. When he has the confidence to initiate touch with her. When he has the confidence to use some humor or use some flirting or create a sexual vibe between him and her, right? Do something. He has the confidence to do that rather than just being passive, where he's just being a confident guy, he's just being self-assured, and he's hoping that, women are going to notice now and they're going to come and jump all over him. But instead, women will see him as being attractive, but he still needs to participate, right? He still needs to interact with her and make her feel like she wants to participate now, like there's something there between him and her, that there are sparks when they're interacting with each other because he's able to look her in the eyes with confidence. He's able to touch her with confidence. He's able to talk to her with confidence. And then she's feeling sparks of attraction for him. And as long as he also doesn't have game over written on his forehead of like, I'm being confident now, so, now do I get a result sort of thing. And he causes her to feel like she wants to participate. She wants to get involved in it. She has something to do, right? It's not a case of just being attractive around a woman or women and then giving them the impression that they don't need to do anything, right? You're just, I'm being confident, so hopefully a woman likes me. Instead, she's going to feel attracted to you, sure, the fact that you're confident. But when you're interacting with her, you need to make her feel like she wants to participate, like she has to do something to get a result with you. And an example of what to say to make a woman feel like she's participating and want to participate is when you get her number. So, for example, when most guys attempt to get a woman's number, they're saying something like, oh, can I get your number? Can I call you? Sort of thing. And the guy has game over written on his forehead there, in that it's essentially like, can I get your number? Can I get a result with you? Like, it's game over from my perspective. I like you. Please give me a chance with you. But the way that I've always taught it is that you ask the woman a question first before you ask for her number and you get her to participate. So, for example, when you've made her feel attracted, you've displayed some attractive traits, she's feeling attracted, you can see that she's interested, and it gets to a point in the conversation where you have to go or where she's going to go, you're going to part ways, then you say something like this. Yeah, anyway, so it's been good talking to you. Would you like to talk again sometime? Or, anyway, so you seem cool, so do you want to talk again sometime? Or, anyway, it's been good talking to you. I've got to head off now, but would you like to talk again sometime? Or, anyway, it's been good talking to you. Do you want to talk again sometime? And in 99% of cases where I've done that, or when I've taught a client to do it and he's done it, the woman then says yes, that she wants to talk again sometime, and she's participating now. She's participating in the process, and you then get her to participate more by getting out your phone, getting it to the point where she can start typing in her number, and you say, all right, cool, put your number in here. And you give it to her, and she's participating again. Right? It's not a case of, oh, can I get your number? Can I call you sometime? What's your number? 0, okay. And it's you doing all the work, you trying to get a result, and you with game over written on your forehead. Instead, you're just saying that it's been cool talking to her and asking if she wants to talk again. And she's now participating in the process. Yes, I'd like to talk again. All right, cool. And you give her your phone, put your number in here. And then you text her after that so she knows who it is. You make her feel attracted with the text, and then you arrange to catch up. But you don't think that, oh, right, what I need to do now is get her to participate in texting back and forth with me and getting to know me via text, because that's not the type of participation that women want. They want you to just create a little bit of a spark when you start texting her and then arrange to catch up with her. She doesn't want a texting buddy. She doesn't want a guy who's trying to get to know her and waste time and be afraid to ask her out. She wants a guy who is going to have the confidence to move things forward. And the way that you then suggest a meetup also makes her feel like she wants to participate, that something's unfolding, that she has to do something. Right? And if you want the perfect text to send for the woman that you've met, then I recommend that you use my tool, Dan Bacon AI. This is the AI that I've trained. I trained it with thousands of new and unique examples of what to say when you're interacting with women that make them feel attracted. I taught it about texting and how to text women in an attractive way to get a result. And you can even upload a screenshot of your texts that you're having with a woman, and Dan Bacon AI will then tell you what to text next to get the result that you want. And that is included free with Master Attraction. So if you learn my attraction techniques at Master Attraction, you will also get access to Dan Bacon AI, and you'll also get access to the community. So that's where you can ask for advice from fellow members. You can catch up in person with fellow members if you want to, or you can just remain anonymous, right? You don't have to post anything in the community. You don't have to do anything in there. You can just observe and be inspired by what other members are posting and just learn from what they're experiencing. But you can also participate. There are a lot of members in there that actively participate and give other members advice. And you can do that too if you feel like you can help out in a particular situation, or you can ask for advice. It's funny, it just made me think right there that the community is something that you can participate in, right? And when learning the lessons that I teach, it's also something that unfolds, right? It's something that you get every month. I give new lessons every month, and it's an unfolding experience. It's something that you can participate in. It's something that levels you up as a man. And of course, the most important thing of all, it gets you the results that you want with women. So the next time you interact with a woman, whether you meet her for the first time or you're on a date with her, or even when you're in a relationship with a woman, just make sure that you don't have game over written on your forehead in terms of your body language and your energy. And you also get her feeling the need to participate and feeling like she actually has to do something to get a result with you, because that is fundamental human psychology. It's what humans enjoy. We want to be able to participate in something and enjoy participating in something and have something unfold, but we don't want it to be too difficult to the point where it's impossible to get a result. And we don't want it to be too easy where it's just basically game over right away. We want that sweet spot where we are participating, we're making progress, we're leveling up, or we're enjoying something, we're getting some sort of result. And when that exists, it's something that men enjoy and that women enjoy. And it applies to every area of your life. But as I said at the start of this video, this is something that will change your life with women. And what you'll notice from now on is that even if you can just get rid of a bit of the game over type of body language that you've been displaying around women, or the game over type of conversation style, you'll see that women are more attracted to you, that they participate more, that they show more interest, that they do more for you. And not only is that enjoyable for the woman, but it's then enjoyable for you too. It's a win-win situation, right? So you're going to start to experience that from now on in your life if you start to do this. And you'll notice that women find you more attractive, find you more appealing, and want to put in more effort into interactions and a relationship with you.